Yo, good morning. How we doing, chat? Morning, Norm. Mitch, good morning. Ryan, Soap. Todd, Silver, good morning. Boton, good morning. Other Ryan, good morning. Good to see ya. Anthony, Ace, good morning, guys. Amy, Jacob, D-Trades. Dr. Manis, what's up? Chronological thinker, good morning. Morning, Matt. First proper day of sunshine since the start of the 2026 is here on Cloud 9. God, we're 2.5 months in. That's crazy. I saw somewhere that it rained like every day of the year up until recently in the UK. I guess you have to supplement vitamin D. Surely. Anyways, market's open. It was absolutely beautiful weather here yesterday. Let's see what today is looking like. High of 80. Sunny-ish. Yesterday was like 75 and sunny. It was perfect. In Celsius, 17. High of 27. Yesterday it was like 24. I am going skiing at the end of the month, which I'm very excited about. I haven't gone skiing in a long time, probably 5 years. Didn't really grow up skiing either, but I love it. It's really fun. And I'm excited to leave the 80-degree weather and get a little cold, hopefully. Although the snow has been pretty bad in Colorado. See how it goes. ChatGPT sent me to you. Don't let me down. What was your prompt? I'm curious. Fudge, welcome to the team. If you're new here, I always wait the first 15 minutes to trade. It's a personal rule more than anything else. Just kind of helps me be patient to start the day. Reduce FOMO. Not get tilted right off the bat. I'm not here to make my bag or lose my bag in the first 15 minutes. The trading day is long and I want to execute at a high level. Helps me see kind of the conditions that are forming for the session as well. We're currently down 0.4%. Coming into yesterday's value area low. Yesterday was a holiday, so yesterday's value areas, low and high, is not going to matter that much. 60-point value area range. We had VWAP at 650. Pointing control currently at 630. Overnight lows at 520, and the overnight highs up at 840. So in theory, you know, I would say historically, yesterday's a little weird because of a holiday half day. But, you know, we popped 760. We're looking at the rotation at 840. If we reject 700, obviously we're probably looking back at VWAP. Back through VWAP, looking at pointing control. Back through pointing control, looking at 520 overnight lows. I will be taking base hits, scalping, going from there. As always, before I get too far into the day, I got to play a little kind of hard golf. It takes like 5 minutes or less. Too much. Not enough. Oh, exact same shot? Come on. Why won't it let me reset to the checkpoint? Did they fix that? That's dumb. This button's broken. I mean, arguably very easy. Top 31%. I had a couple of dumb shots in there. Should have been higher. What's up, Zach? Good morning. Good to see you. The jump over the goose I thought was the easiest shot of the whole thing. Everything else I thought was really... I thought that second shot was... Or the third shot was really hard. Excuse me. Tried today's Wordle. I haven't really been a fan of Wordle in a while. I'll do it. Why not? Sick. Show the squad how it's done. Squad. 5-letter word. No way. Ha ha ha! Amy! Were you trying to cheat just then? I'm so sorry. Yeah. Right, you can't drop a... Yeah. I should have turned the chat off, to be fair. I was also just looking for... I was going to type in any 5-letter word I saw in the chat. Rip. Wordle's so easy. There's yesterday's close, chat. 800. Overnight highs looking pretty nice. All right, rejecting yesterday's close into the 80s. I still have 6 minutes until I'm green lighted to trade, basically. Delta's going fairly flat. Initial balance is currently 200 points, chat. Initial balance, the first hour's high and low. In the last 9 minutes, we have traveled 200 points, over 200 points, from top to bottom. Own up, who traded yesterday? I did not trade yesterday. I closed my platform down when I ended the stream after telling myself to not trade. Good morning, Matt, and everyone. I got an interview today for a new job. Any prayers welcome. GG's Rourke. Be confident. You got this. You're there for a reason. Own it. Do some power stances in the mirror before you go in. It's not even a joke. That's real life. Do some power stances in the mirror. Positive self-talk. Be a conversationalist. You got it. Screw doing it in front of a mirror, do it in front of the interviewer. Flex on him. Yeah. Hell yeah, why not? Kidding. All right, little pullback off yesterday's close. We floated it just slightly, just below 820s. Pulling back 70 points or something already. We're pretty volatile right now, chat. Gotta be careful. Coming back into 715, 710, 700 even looks decent if we can crack this level at 43. We do have volume up here. Pointing control currently at 80. Pointing control is the level that the most volume has been conducted at on the day so far since 8:30. Got about another minute till I'm green lighted to trade and I can start executing if I see something worth taking. Any news today? Yes, I forgot to talk about that. News on the session. We've got housing market at 9. Nothing else during the stream. Housing market at 9 probably won't move us that much. Okay, we snapped the 43. Makes sense to come back down to this like 706 to 715 range. Basically right where we're at. We got a couple of blocks here that we just floated. There's 706. That overnight wick. Good for 10 points at least. And then VWAP down below if we don't hold this level. But I think it makes sense to hold this personally, this untested wick at 06, 05, which is what we're currently bouncing off of. I think it makes sense, at least short term. Maybe a push up into the 40s again and a reject. I don't know. Or we just go straight to VWAP. Who knows? Pretty good movement though. This is why I wait the first 15 minutes. I don't want to get chopped up in this stuff. I want to see like, what's the pace of play today? You know, pace of play seems pretty high right now, to be perfectly honest. We've rotated over 100 points off the highs in the last 4 or 5 minutes. 200 points from low to high, and then back 100 points, over 100 points. So we're moving and grooving. Rode to Waymo this weekend, pretty sick. I still haven't been in one. We have them in Austin. I just haven't been downtown in an Uber yet. There's VWAP. We got a wick test indicator that just fired up at that 40 level. The wick test indicator, this is an automated indicator that Garrett built for me. But basically, the wick test principle implies if you had a candle that put in a wick, closed up, if we have another engulfing candle, a full engulfing candle where the candle closes within 90% of the bottom, then the wick test idea is to come back up, retrade into that prior wick for the downside move. So it's a continuation play off of a bearish candle like this. It could also work on an engulfing candle. So if you had, something like this, right, where you put in a wick, closed up, came back down, traded the wick, bounced off of it. The bullish engulfing candle, retrade of the wick would be a long. Bearish engulfing candle, retrade of the wick would be short. The parameters I have for the actual wick test are a little bit more tight, but the concept there applies. It's one of my favorite trade setups, honestly, is the wick test. In this specific instance, it's interesting because we have point of control not too much higher, and we've been moving a lot. I would want to see how Delta is reacting, the market buying versus market selling as we push into the wick, if we even get up there. We do have buyers trying. I am interested though in a little short. The true wick test implies a stop at the break of the high with a target at a 1-to-1. So it would look like this would be like the true wick test setup, but I'm not willing to risk that much. And I'm not looking for that much right now. We slapped it back into VWAP. Go and take that off. I'm pretty far away from getting filled there. New lows. Short-term lows, excuse me. A little breakthrough VWAP. Feels like it wants to run the actual lows, though. I mean, we're getting heavy. Is Bookmap worth it? I can never tell you if something is worth it or not. It's all up to the end user's discretion. What's usually worth it is to at least like try something and figure out if you like it or not. And if you don't like it, ditch it. If you do like it, keep it. But you kind of, with trading, you have to experiment. I can never tell you if something is good or bad. People's brains work differently with what information they're viewing and how they intake it. We got a little bit of liquidity lower, 620. We got a block that's 50 contracts, and then another one at 600. Not a lot more to the upside. That test of 660 is not terrible. We don't have a ton of buyers here right now. Is that tick chart? It's a 22 range chart. It's not going off of orders or contracts conducted. It's just going off of pure price action. So each candle is 22 ticks of price movement. On the 23rd tick, it creates a new candle. So each candle is 5.5 points. I've used this for a long time. I really like it. Like, these are time-based, right? This is a 1-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 30-minute chart. This is a 22 range chart. You could print a new candle. You could print multiple candles in a second. Or, you know, if it's slow and choppy, you might not print a candle for an hour. But when paired up with Delta, I really like it because it's kind of showing, like, based on volatility in some capacity, it shows how Delta's reacting. Based on a given price range, it shows how Delta's reacting. Pushing the VWAP, rejecting it so far. We still got that liquidity at 620. There we go. 620 and 600. Swept it. New lows. We're in a contract at 71 or 290 at 71. Build it out. Went up to 337 on the volume. Point of control now at the lows of the day here. Going in for the overnight lows maybe at 500, 510. Wait and see. Stay safe out there, chat. Pretty whippy movement so far. If you're new, I am trading 20 of my 50K Apex funded accounts. I trade the 50Ks. I like the way they work the best. I only trade one contract on each account anyways, and I copy trade all 20 at the same time with the built-in trade copier on Sierra chart. Looking for base hits, ideally a 10-pointer or so. My stop is set at 25, but I adjust it for market structure. I want to pull it in closer, find a trade that makes sense. That's a cheap trade. If you're interested in getting started, it's 80% off right now for another day, I think, with code TBM, or in the link down below in the description or in the pinned chat. If you're looking to get started on your futures trading journey. It feels like it wants to roll it again, but we'll see. There we go. Trying. Very small roll, but doing it nonetheless. I feel like the overnight lows feels nice, but we stopped like within 20 points of it last time. This is a pretty big candle. This is like 150 points, huh? Top to bottom. 77 to 130 or to 530. 140 points top to bottom so far. Pretty aggressive. Got a delta divergence happening here at the lows, but I don't know if I trust it with the selling currently happening.
At what time, dollar or percent, in profit you move to B?
Appreciate the 5, Roy. I moved to break even when my trade is 5 points in the money. So I'm looking for 10 points, usually around 5 points, I move at break even. Comes the overnight lows, 500 coming in as well. There's a sweep of the overnight lows. Got blocks through 500 all the way down to 550 right now. Currently down 1.2% on the day. You always keep it 1-to-1? No. I mean, in a perfect world, there's a stop that makes sense at 3, 5, or 7 points. Sometimes the stop makes sense at 12 points, right? Just kind of depends on what the market's doing and how aggressive I feel in the entry. New to trading, any tips to just start watching your new to trading playlist on your YouTube page? I would watch the new to trading playlist on my YouTube page, followed by TBM theories. The best tips I have for you is just screen time though. Set up a simulated account, like a paper account. Don't put any money into the market yet. When you're first starting out to trading, it really comes down to surviving and how far can you make your dollars go. When you're first starting out, people like to load up a brokerage account and just start firing away. It's a very easy way to lose all of your money that's in that account. In fact, you can do it in a day, especially on a move like this, right? You put $5,000 in your brokerage account and you longed the top of the day, you would have already blown it on the way down or been very, very close to losing all 5 grand just on this one move. So I would recommend starting up a paper account. Kind of the blueprint to day trading that I suggest is open up a paper account on any of the platforms. They almost all have them. Get familiar with the buttons. Get familiar with kind of starting to watch price action. Watch some videos on YouTube. Figure out what you like. Figure out what you don't like. Try everything. Take your time. Time on screen applies a lot. Pick one asset and just watch it. Your brain will start to pick up on how it moves, what's normal, what's not normal. Then after you feel comfortable with that or you're starting to feel better, then go into like a prop account. Like what I was talking about earlier with like Apex. There's a lot of different companies. I like Apex. And you can get them cheap. I mean, with 80% off of code TBM, it's cheap right now. So then you have a little bit of dollars at play to where you have a little bit of the emotional drive, right? A little bit of the emotional anxiety, but way less than you would loading up a full brokerage account. So then work on passing an evaluation, getting funded, taking a payout. Once you start taking payouts, put that money aside for your taxes and to load up a personal account. And then after you've done that for a while, then it's time to start rotating into a personal account as well as your prop accounts. And then you can kind of divvy up the risk as you see fit. But time on screen applies a lot. Understanding your emotions applies a lot, and that just comes from trading. It's hard to do that without trading. It's hard to learn discipline and patience without just trading. So it's a long game. There's no shortcuts, unfortunately. Some people it comes a little bit more natural, but a lot of people it does not. We got point of control down here now. 280 contracts at 500. So yeah, enjoy the process. Enjoy learning about yourself in ways that you would have never thought you were going to. It's a challenge, but it's rewarding at the same time. You'll have your highest highs and your lowest lows all the trading, most likely. So accept that. Accept the process and get after it. Gradually, then suddenly, you're gonna notice these little gradual moves of, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense, right? Or maybe I should do this. And you have all these little gradual ideas and mindset shifts that start happening day over day over day over day over day. And then suddenly you'll look back in 6 months to a year and be like, okay, it's starting to make a lot more sense. I'm not quite sure how I got here necessarily, but it's making a lot more sense just by showing up day over day. Gradually, then suddenly. And then you fast forward another year, right? All of a sudden, your whole way of thinking about trading has completely changed. You're making money, doing payouts from prop firms, etc. after a couple of years maybe, or even some people 9 months, 6 months. But it's all about showing up day over day over day. A lot of people wash out in 3 months to 9 months with trading. They just get tired of it. Rightfully so. Not everybody's built for it, and that's okay. Not everybody's meant to be built for it. But gradually, then suddenly. The other idea, so what, now what, right? It's inevitable with trading. You're going to take losing days. You're going to take losing trades. You got to learn how to do it. You're going to have big winning days. You got to learn how to move on from it. There's going to be days where the conditions just don't make sense. So what? Okay, now what am I going to do about it, right? So what? Now what? Conditions change. You get slapped in the face. You're not seeing the market cleanly. You have a bad week. You're just pissed off and annoyed at trading. So what? Now what am I going to do about it? Am I going to quit? That's an option. Might be the best option. Might not be. Or, like, now what am I going to do? I'm going to study up. I'm going to watch the screen more. I'm going to go back to a simulated account so that I can have more runway for the future, where I'm not blowing all my money in 3 weeks, right? So what, now what? And gradually, then suddenly. And just stay in the game. Live to fight another day. Don't blow all your money in a brokerage account when you're first starting out. It's very common, dumb thing to do. A lot of people go from a simulated account and they're like, I don't want to mess with a prop firm. And then they go load up $4,000 in their brokerage account, which is, you know, it is what it is. And then they blow that and then they're gone. So figure out a way to keep your money as low of risk as possible for as long as possible, while you build up your patience and your discipline and your emotions to be able to control actual money. It's a really nice rotation off the highs, honestly. Almost 400 points. 380 points off the highs, basically straight down. Got a lot of buyers right now. And treat it like a scientist, I think, is like the other way to say it. People are talking about like define your strategy, things like that. I think that's important, but I think it's important to take that one step further of like when you're first starting out, you don't really have a strategy, right? So treat it like a scientific experiment. Okay, I'm gonna try something new. Here's my hypothesis of how it's gonna work. Here's my conditions for how I'm going to do it. Here are the results. Let me analyze those results. How did it feel emotionally? How did it feel physically? What are the actual results? Do I want to continue that or move on and iterate, right? There's a lot of iteration with trading. A lot of iteration. Market conditions change also. Seasonality changes. Summer looks different than Q1, Q4, right? So you got to be able to iterate. You got to be able to take kind of a scientific approach in some capacity, especially when you're starting out trying new things. Make notes on what you like. Make notes on what you don't like. Make notes of what you thought worked well with what you're trying. Things that you didn't like that didn't work well with what you're trying, but something else that did work. So it's like, okay, if I want to keep this idea, but it's not all working 100% for me, I need to make a note of that so I know what to be looking for in the future with this one idea. And maybe I can add something to it, add another idea to my original idea in order to kind of balance that out. You know what I mean? You got to take kind of a scientific approach to it in some capacity. Nice pushes. We got pushes through 600 or liquidity through 600. Matt, you start saying outliers do outlier things, and that's been playing in my head a ton lately, as well as nothing changes and nothing changes. Yeah, I love that. Love both of those. I'm not a big catchphrase guy, but recently I've been just so onto the outliers do outlier things. It's such a good reminder. The so what, now what, amazing reminder. And so is the gradually then suddenly, another amazing reminder of like, we just have to show up. Show up. So what if you have a bad day? Show up the next day. It's gradually then suddenly. And me showing up day over day over day is an outlier thing to do. Most people just don't. Most people don't. Most people are not good enough or have the desire to show up day over day over day. It's an outlier action. $1K into each live account, I would really rethink that, Aminez. Based on literally everything I was just talking about, to be honest. I would like to see a retest of like 520 to 500. Point of control. 520 overnight lows to 500, I think, is an interesting retest if we're going to like stay up. Delta is looking a little flat, if not rolly. Okay, here comes 520. I'm interested in point of control retest. Bounce off the -1.5 standard deviation at the overnight low so far. Maybe that's the bounce spot. I don't know. I think it's pretty aggressive. With point of control being right below, I didn't want to take it. I'd like another little slap. Got a little bit of juice lower, juice higher. I'm looking at point of control. I honestly like the push from point of control into 520 overnight lows, but I'm not sure if I'm going to take that or not. But it would look like this. We're just moving a lot right now. We got the movement to make it happen. Moving 20 points pretty consistently for the base hit. Delta's kind of stair-stepping down a little bit here. Kind of implies a flush, but we might get buyers out of nowhere and just really push it. Again, we got that liquidity at 80 through 600. Kind of want the flush to happen pretty quick. We're about a minute away from this candle being closed. I don't want to get snagged into this at the close of this candle. Closing at point of control I don't think is a good thing. I'm going to take that order off. It might work, but I'm a little sketched by a close at point of control. And we're 45 seconds away from that. We do have buyers though. Looking actually pretty good. So maybe a close at like 25 or 30 with a push into point of control could be good. 10 seconds on this close. It's going to close right at it. Okay, we closed at 15. $8.30 through the close, JK, for volume profile. It's market, US market hours is my prior volume and current prior value profile, volume profile. Oh my God, words, and current volume profile. This one is just really tight because yesterday was a half day. Okay, here comes point of control. See how it would have worked. Or if I made the right call getting out of it. I'm going to say I made the right call to get out of it currently. Delta looks heavy. Would have taken 8 points of drawdown. I'd be currently break even. And stopped out break even most likely. So, kind of neither here nor there. I think 80 is an interesting spot too if we're going to hold up, but let's see what liquidity is doing here. Not really going crazy by any means. There's 80. Got some juice through the 50s. Pretty whippy right now, chat. Just be careful out there. Volatility is pretty high. I haven't taken a trade yet. Normally on days where the volatility is super high like this, I find a lot more success after IB is closed. Maybe I sneak one out before then, but after the first hour of the day is typically a little cleaner, in my opinion, when we're this volatile. $80 to $20 rotation just played there. Seems like we've been doing this a lot lately, where you get like open push and dump, or open push, or open dump and push into like for like the first 30 minutes, and then after 9 o'clock, it feels like we've been chopping a lot. Do y'all agree with that? Or am I being confirmation biased? I feel like we have been like doing this a lot though, of like quick push and dump, or quick dump and push into chop for like 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. Actually had a great day so far, but my strategy's a bit different. Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. Just because I'm not, like, No matter what, someone's gonna love the price action that's happening. It's inevitable. We could be moving like 10 points and someone's like carving it up like I don't know even what they're carving it up like a statue or something, you know. Where they just love range days, while people who love trendy days are hating it. Then there's some days where we don't pull back at all and people love that. Other people who like pullbacks hate it, right? There's always someone that enjoys the conditions. That's why it's a market. That's why the price moves. Price wouldn't move if people don't enjoy the conditions. FOMC, I believe it's just minutes though. Because we just had the meeting. Yeah, it's not gonna do much tomorrow with FOMC. The FOMC that matters is when Powell's talking. When you get the statement afterwards, the press conference at 1:30. That's the FOMC that goes crazy. All right, buyers looking pretty good here. Look at that. Into the top of the range though. So now the question is, do we actually float the top of the range or do we stay heavy with it, right? Let that volume at 70. We got a block at 600. 15-minute low at 604. I mean, if we were to push, 604 would be kind of interesting. But we got to get out of the range first. $200 block at 65 just got thrown up. Filled out. Actually, I don't know if it got filled out. It was at 65. Oh, yeah, it did. Now we got a block below 100 block at 60. Excuse me. Filled out. I'm interested in taking this. $15-minute low, like opening range break low, essentially. There's 600. Getting traded. Just got filled short. Just push it straight up. Probably get stopped out for 15. Yeah, nice push. Stopped out. Minus 15 there as we're pushing into VWAP. Worth a shot there on that trade. We have good delta. So, like, I am fading delta a little bit there. And, like, the VWAP magnet. But I like that 15-minute trade. 5-minute opening range low, 15-minute low. I think it's worth it to take that stab after we haven't retraded. Like, we never retraded that on the flush. So, a lot of times that ends up being pretty decent. Same with 21, though. 21 might have been a better spot. I liked the 05 spot. I stand behind that trade. Risk 15 points there. See what's next. This is a nice candle, though. I mean, look at this. Top to bottom, we're looking at 130 points again, man. 130 points. Volatility is strong. Yeah, no kidding. Nice little W bottom. Maybe we boost it for real. W on the 1 minute. Look at this wick test. 100 points lower on the 90 points lower on the wick test. That is not likely at all. Sick train we just jumped in front of. Well, I jumped in front of it. You didn't have to jump in front of it. Don't copy my trades. You're gonna get wrecked. Volatility is just strong right now. The VWAP magnet ended up playing pretty nice. Rejection of VWAP, good for 30 points at least right now, but I probably could have identified that a little better with how much volatility is on like VWAP probably being a magnet. Any other day, I love this trade. That's why I took it. This trade at 05, I like that any other day. Okay, now the question is, do we hold the top of the range or not at 73? All right, 73 holding so far. They really retraded 75. Brent ran it a little bit. I can't believe this wick test is actually on the table. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's 50 points lower. Like, that just doesn't even feel realistic. I'd take the wick test if I get it. Got sellers. Got filled on the wick test. Go ahead and move that break even. Stopped out break even. I think it ran up 10 points there. I was looking for a little more. I like to push into volume. We're just moving so much right now. I'm getting that feeling that I gotta like stop of wanting more than 10. I think it ran up 10, maybe 9. No, I ran up 10. So I should have taken my base hit there. I didn't do it. That's on me. I got presented a base hit. I didn't take it. Getting greedy looking for this volume at 60s. There's the volume at the 60s. Well, we're back inside the range, chat. So now the question is, do we rotate back to the 80s? I feel like greed's been creeping up to you in the past few days. That's just when volatility hits hard, it's so much easier for me to want to take a little bit more off the table because the volatility is crazy high, right? Like right now, 10 points is happening in literally 2 seconds. It's easier to want to sneak it out. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's the truth. I need to acknowledge it, all right? I need to acknowledge the truth. It's not even like greed. I'm not even looking for like 20 points. I'm looking for like 15 to 20. Not even looking for 25, I guess is what I'm trying to say. When the 1 minute candle is providing more than that almost every single time. But I still do know what's better for me, which is base hits. So what now what? You know? Kind of like the retest of 20. Might just make the move without it. Looks like it's going to just make the move without it. It's 30 points higher already. Instant. IB is forming in 2.5 minutes, chat. Currently down 9 points. Excuse me. Not 9 points. 14 points. Currently down 14 points. Like a break even. 14-point loser and a break even. Where I stand right now. See what else today brings. A lot of volatility. Happy with the risk so far. Happy with the trades I've taken. Took an untested wick at the 5-minute opening range low, and then took a wick test at the wick test. Other than that, nothing. Matt, did you get your payout last week? I submitted it on Saturday. Has not gotten approved yet. It's pending. Not even under review, it's just pending. And I am very confident I did not break any rules, so I'm just waiting. They have the new dashboard that shows you if you broke any rules and stuff, you know, and I have not, so just waiting. They show that where? Under account details now, Yuri. They're moving to a no denied payout. So everything is going to be like, you don't have to submit a payout to see if you broke any rules. So you can see it real time now and see the adjusted days and all that. So under account details in your dashboard. It's a 40 grand payout though, so I'm excited for that to hit. Talking about Apex? I am. Is that a lot? I don't know. 3 inches a lot of snow? For some people, yes. In Texas, it's a lot of snow. In Colorado, it's not. It's a huge improvement. I agree. It's very nice, actually. It's very good for people to be able to see if they're breaking stuff real time. Okay, slapping back into point of control, maybe. Delta's trying to hold up. I just don't know if I like the point of control test here. I mean, I do like the point of control test. I just like the risk side doesn't necessarily make sense to wait into the 80s. I think I like a float through 85 more. And at that point, I just need to see like, I mean, IB is set, right? So the question is, do we float IB L or not? IB low, initial balance low, this red line. Do we float that or not? They're starting to take a lot of people live. Okay, there's 85. That's what I was talking about. Like, 85 is interesting. And would have worked for 10. It's just like we're this close to IBL. Kind of feel like we float it, you know? Okay, little short-term lows on the sweep. Delta's still trying to hold up. How close do we get to IBL? We are... IBL is at 62, so we're like 20 points away. Which is not much right now. But we got Delta divergence here at the lows. I don't know, man. It just feels like they're trying to slap it. And we got that liquidity through IBL. Just gonna wait. Not in a rush. Okay, there's IBL. It lows on the session. Got that little bit of volume at 58. Delta's like trying to kind of do it, but Here's a new 5-minute open. Closed right at IBL. I was just about to say, I would not be shocked to see a push out of this. I mean, that was a lot of heaviness with us closing right at IBL. It's kind of pushy. Ended up right into point of control. A lot of buyers. I think a retest into 70 would be interesting. Stopped at 75, huh? I went at 71. I even think flipping this to the prior open is interesting at 65, IBL. Delta's holding up. Looks like it wants to just like get up into the 50s. Another push into point of control. Another little slap. Delta's going crazy. To the upside. It's hard for me to not think we push it, but I want to get into where it makes sense on the cheap trade entry. I'm not just trying to long and have to give it 20 points. A little bit of sell-off. I'm going to try the IBL entry. Move that break even. I got stopped out break even there. It was instantly like 6 or 7 points in the money there. Very, very quickly. Didn't quite get the full fill out. Yeah, 7 points in the money. When it's 5 points in the money, I move it break even. And we pushed. We like swept it and then pushed. I'm not willing to watch that go 7 points in the money to a stop out for 15 points or something, 10 points. Little baby sweep pushing out of it. I still like the upside here as of right now. I think it makes sense. Delta wise, it looks like it's trying to support that. We're holding IBL still. A couple little wicks below it, but nothing crazy. We ran the low of day by not that much given the current volatility that we have. Doesn't mean we won't run it now, right? But it's a good look. Just didn't get the full fill out. So 2 break evens and 1 loser is currently where I'm at. And the first break even, I was looking for 20 points. I should have kept it at my base hit for 10. I would have gotten filled out. But I didn't do that, so I took a break even, and then I took a break even just now. A little doji. A little bit of selling, maybe trying to happen. I just wish buyers weren't looking like this when we push into 500. Just got a little bit of liquidity lower. Just a little 10-minute chop range here. 500 to IBL, 60 really, 55, 60. Are we having fun yet? Yeah. All right, chat, vibe check. How's it going for you? You making money, you losing money? What are you doing that you like? What are you doing that you don't like? Use this time as a little bit of a journal entry moment for yourself. Pretty much everybody in here is anonymous. No one actually knows each other. So be vulnerable, write it out, get it to the forefront of your head. What are you doing that you like and want to continue doing, whether you're green or red? What are you doing that you want to improve, whether you're green or red? Are you liking the conditions? You hating the conditions? What are you liking about it? What are you not liking about it? Journal it out. Market's been open for an hour and 15 minutes. For me, I don't mind the conditions. I'm happy with the loser that I took. Like the trade that I took, even though it was a loss, I would take that again. The second trade I took, I should have taken a break even or a base hit. That was on me. I regret that. Third trade I took, happy with the trade, happy with the break even. Just didn't work fully. So 2 trades I'm happy with. 1 trade I'm not happy with. The wick test for the base hit, I'm not happy with it. Should have taken the base hit. Even though it was not a losing trade, it was a break even trade. I still should have performed better. So I should be slightly red on the session, but not 295 red. That's my journaling for the day currently. IB long would have been nice. I mean, I tried it. I tried it and got stopped out break even. Because I agree. I mean, Delta looks good. It looks like we want to push. I like that 550 level. pushing up into it. I like the, like on a normal day, like the retest of point of control here makes a lot of sense. It's just we've been chopping and sliding through that, right? So it's like, what does the risk look like if I take the 50 or the 500 point of control trade, right? If I take point of control, giving it, you know, 5-10 points doesn't necessarily make sense. Maybe 7 actually does make sense in this exact instance at 93. But I think we just rip it. A little bit of a delta divergence happening here up at the highs right now. We had price make a new high, delta made a high, price made a new high, delta did not make a new high. A little bit of a delta divergence usually is more downside. Doesn't mean buyers can't come out of nowhere and thwart that, right? But just calling it out. Like, it'll be interesting to see what happens at 30, if we get up to 30. There's 30. Got a little bit of buyers trying to show up. Yeah, buyers trying to push. Ever so slightly, it's not much. But it's enough. Coming in for that 50 block. 70 sitting at, or 66 sitting at 50. Got through it. Next stop view up. We held VWAP once, will we hold it again? Also at the top of the old range. Getting through it. Here's the 80s. We got VWAP coming up, huh? VWAP is at 613 currently. Or take a couple points. Interesting spot. Second shot. Pretty thin book. Yeah, that's what happens when it's volatile, right? A lot of movement. Books are naturally going to be thinner. Is there high school break right now or something? Comments are wild today. Honestly, we just got new people coming in, which is a good thing. Makes it more fun. Alrighty. I would really prefer either a clean break above 640 or a clean break below 440. That too, it's a 200. It is a 200 point range, more or less. Like, I'm gonna call it a range. I think technically it's a little bit in between that, but like top to bottom in the short-term range that we are currently in, it is 200 points, and I would really prefer a clean break above it or below it, which seems like a big ask. Comes VWAP. And like VWAP here, it's like buyers looking honestly okay. What happened last time we touched VWAP? Buyers kind of stalled out a little bit. We didn't really get that many sellers on that push, so makes sense to push out of it. Use Orbital. I made a similar trade as an orb. I did an orb retest, opening range breakout retest, 15-minute low retest here that I got short at, lost 14 points on. I use initial balance more than I use the 15-minute though. Initial balance first hour high and low. Got long off it, took a break even. Ended up pushing nicely, but didn't give it the rim it needed. Did you spectate the Awesome Marathon, Matt? I did not. I wanted to do the shakeout run, the BPN shakeout run on Friday, but I didn't do that. I was very hungover on Friday morning. As y'all saw in the stream, I was having a hard time, so I ended the day after like 5 minutes. There was no way I was making it to the breakout run, or whatever it's called. Not breakout run, trading talk, shakeout run. The main reason I wanted to go was to get the new free hat and shirt, right? Although I don't really like the fact that it's white, to be honest. I like black hats more than white hats. Or any other color than white, honestly. White hat is like a golf hat. It's kind of the only instance I see it's okay to wear a white hat. Cheers, Ghost. Buyer's still looking pretty good. kind of think that if we go into VWAP, we're not rejecting it. So I don't have an order there. With the way that buyers are looking right now, feels a little grindy. I'm not looking to short VWAP right now. We might see a reaction off of it, but I'm not looking to short it. I kind of like this volume at 70. But it's right where this candle's flipping green or red to green. So I'm going to take that off. I don't actually like it that much on the 5-minute structure. Let's see. 50% retrace of the wick at 50 would also be interesting. Somewhere right around here, 46. It just gets a little scary to catch that. Got buyers trying to show up, maybe. Buyers showing up and we're just pushing. We stopped at 55, huh? Draw the meme line? I know I should, huh? I still like 50 more. So we're stalling out a little bit on the buy side. Got top of the hour here in a minute and a half, 10 o'clock. More buyers trying to step up. I mean, it's 40 points off of where I want to get in at. It's just not going to happen. More buyers pushing. Coming into VWAP. Maybe 600 currently. 600 psych level. Got a double top up here. Double top at 603. I imagine that flushes and pushes up. Just how do I get in? Top of the hour here in 10 seconds. You know what'd be sweet is a dirty sweep into point of control and rip it back through VWAP. One of those ones that just clears out all of the stops through 55 and 38. Even the stops at 03. Kisses VWAP or kisses point of control and does it. Be a 100-point slap. Seen it before. There's a kiss of VWAP. VWAP short worked. Yeah, it did. It's just like, I don't want to take that without it being aggressive selling, to be honest. Feels like we push it. We're trying to. 620, maybe a retest into 600 and go. Could be interesting. Basically, with the candle like right on the edge of the candle flipping red. Might even be more like 03. Or we're just gonna send it. We got the 40 high coming up. Barely swept it. There we go. There's a nice push through it. Well, that's the push through VWAP I've been talking about. Just don't know how to get, I don't know what makes sense to get in there with like the risk. Which is why I didn't. Nice to see it. It's just like kind of frustrating because it's challenging. That's life. It's trading. And like here, it's like, okay, does 40 make sense to buy? I don't know. Feel like your W is going to play out? Yeah, the W would have been cleaner here. I guess it's like a... Well, the 5-minute W, I guess, is a thing. I mean, pushing to 800 now, right? Overnight highs. Be sick. Take it red to green on the day. Little 50% free chase of the wick here is kind of interesting, with Delta being heavy, but kind of pushing it still. Delta divergence technically happening. I'm gonna try the short here at 60. Move that break even, filled out. There's my 10-pointer. I took a base hit. It's a winning trade. Delta divergence, retesting volume at 60. Stop at the high. Take my 10 points, which happens to be the bottom of the short-term range. I'm currently down 5 points on the day. Just gonna stack a few more of those. It's a good trade. It's a quick trade. It's a base hit. It's how it's all supposed to work. All right, candle's closing in 30 seconds or so. Interesting would be a retest at 620, but also a VWAP at 615 or so. 20 be a little bit more aggressive. 13, 14, 15 would be VWAP. Which would be interesting on a pull. Pull and go if Delta's holding up. Currently not really holding up that well. Kind of feels like that 60 trade would work again, to be honest, but I'm not taking it. Got 680, magical 80s up above, 700, psych level up above. 700 is pretty interesting. No pullback yet on that candle. We're just grinding. Get the +1 standard deviation also up here. At 03. We give it 10 points technically. Would look like this. This untested wick at 41 is pretty interesting. Traded into 700. Got a 60 block at 700. I think we pushed that a little bit. There's 03, 07, 10. Oh, it would have worked. That would have been my base hit. I would have had to take 7 points of drawdown there. That would have been kind of sketchy, but a trade would have worked. I don't know. I didn't like that blocks coming in there liquidity-wise. A flush into 80, I think I would buy. I also feel like I should probably, like, 40, I think is pretty interesting up above. I think we might could do it pretty quick. Got sellers on Delta. Candle's closing in 50 seconds. Candle's closing in 10 seconds. Green line algo. If I get the push into 40, the untested wick. Delta divergence is currently happening. They might just be lifting the bid. We'll see. No love on the fill. Missed it by 3 points. Currently. Not a lot on the books, honestly. Missed my fill by 2 points. Got short at 41.75. Go and move that break even. Filled out 10-point winner there. Now up $100 on the day per account, $2,000. After commissions on a lot of trades, it's actually $85 per account, so $1,702 total. So I am slightly green, but better than being down 15 points per account. So happy with that. Good base hit there. Basically a perfect base hit. I mean, that was freaking clean. And we're just grinding, man. I just don't see how to get in long really right now. I like that level a lot. I cared about that level, this untested wick, which is why I took the short there at 40. And it was clean for a quick 10. But red to green on the session so far. See what else it provides. Line drive up the middle. Yeah, no kidding, dude. Just a ripper. Ripper off the lows. Why not go long? Because I don't know how to find a cheap trade on the long side. I'm not just going to blindly long. I need to be able to have defined risk, and I don't know where it makes sense to get in long with defined risk right now on these little micro pullbacks that are hardly even a thing. On that trade, I had defined risk. Right? It was a stop above volume at 50. Entry was very clear on the untested wick at 40. Quick 10-pointer. I take that trade, right? Especially with Delta being heavy like this. It just makes sense for me to take this. Even if we're floating higher, I'm going to take that. But I just don't really see where it makes sense to have a cheap trade, meaning my risk is tight on this move, because I don't really know how to find an entry on this move right now. We're just kind of going literally straight up. But I'm okay with it right now. Obviously green to red, or red to green, excuse me, red to green on the session I'm happy with. It's just, I feel like I'm seeing it okay still. It's a lot of trades. I'm at what? 2 break evens, 1 loser, 2 winners, up $1,700 total. I mean, we're going literally to sweep the highs right now. Kind of telling when we couldn't flush the lows right here. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how we respond at IBH. Because, like, we might put it in the same situation here as we did. Like, we might put IBH in the same situation as we did at the lows, and we might rotate it back down. It might just be an inside day. We'll see. You trade micros or E-minis? I trade 1 mini contract per account. I trade 20 of the Apex 50K funded accounts. I'm copy trading them, so you're going to see 1 contract on my screen. I'm copy trading 20 of them right now using the Sierra chart built-in trade copier. It's 1 contract per account. So total, my net notional is 20 contracts, but you're seeing, and I'm seeing 1 contract. It's just doing the rest on the back end. I like the push into IBL, or IBH, excuse me. I like the push into the highs here. It's how does it make sense to do it? We've also just gone straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're working on 8 green candles in a row straight up. Yeah, right. And I'm trying to do longer ones, not feel as rushed. Be comfortable with longer streams. I feel like y'all like them too. And when I'm in the mood, which I'm in the mood right now, I've been in the mood the last week or 2, honestly. I enjoy doing longer ones when I'm in the mood for it. I hate it when I'm not, and I just don't. But if I don't have to go to the bathroom and I feel okay sitting, I'm gonna start ripping longer ones. Just because the conditions have been good at like 9:45 to like 11, honestly, recently. The conditions have been pretty good. When we're super volatile in the morning, I like the conditions mid-morning a lot more than... Like, when we're super volatile in the morning, I like the mid-morning conditions more because we typically lose volatility as the day progresses, right? And so if we're super volatile in the morning, then mid-morning comes around and it's like a nice level of volatility that I prefer. Where I can get base hits pretty cleanly without having to, like... I think cheap trades just come a little later on super volatile mornings. Up here, though, we are in a spot where it's like, if it wants to slap, it might be a nasty slap if it does want to slap, because we are almost 300 points off the lows with no pullback. So a pullback could get pretty aggressive if it wants to do that. It might just want to grind it into IBL and give a little pullback and grind it into IBH. It might just want to do a little pullback and grind it into IBH, but like, if it wanted to be a nasty slap, it could very easily be a nasty slap since we're 300 points off the lows. If you haven't, make sure you press the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the long stream. 5 trades, it's a lot of trades for me in the morning. If you enjoyed the red to green flip, press the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you. I am live every morning, Monday through Friday, at market open. Except for next Thursday and Friday, I'm out of town. So no streams next Thursday and Friday. But we'll have shorts and videos going those days. Just sending positive snow vibes that there is snow. Yes, thank you. Where we're going, there is snow right now, and it's supposed to snow, I think, most of this week. Or most of next week, I think. It's just kind of hot, but we'll see. Like, the highs are like 40s. I don't know. Let's see, hopefully there's snow. As of right now, it looks like most of the ski runs are open, so I'm so excited to ski, though. I haven't gone in so long, and I do love it. I always told myself I was going to go every year, and then we started having kids, and it's just hard to go when you have kids until they're old enough to do ski school or something. We're just doing a adult trip, but I'm excited to put my girls in ski school at some point in my life. It'll be fun. Do you snowboard? No, I don't. I just ski. All right, let's push the liquidity at yesterday's close. I mean, it feels ripe to get up into 800. Feels ripe. $760 could be interesting. Would look like this, probably. Looking at volume. Gonna move that break even. And another 10-pointer there. 10-pointer off of volume at 760. Took like 3 points of drawdown or something. Was risking 10 points or so, maybe 12 points. Got my 10-pointer there. Brings me up to $281 per account. Currently up $5,622 total across 20 accounts. Drop some money bags. Those PAs or evals? These are PAs. Why 760? Volume. We've been bidding off the 1.5. We did it before. Volume at 760. Stop at the lows. Ride it up. We got a bunch of liquidity sitting at 800. Yesterday's close. I think 800 is inevitable. I like the draw to the upside. So if I like the draw to the upside, find volume, or the start of volume. In this case, it was 760. Get off of it. Price action. A lot of trades today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades total today. One loser for 14 points, a break even that I should have gotten 10 points out of, but I was looking for too much. So that was I regret that trade. I regret how I managed that trade. Break even, happy with how I managed that trade. Winner, winner, winner. 3 winners in a row the last little bit. So if I went from down 300 to plus 300, basically. Losing trades is inevitable. Everybody does it. If you feel tilty, you need to shut it down and just lock in the red day. If you feel not tilty, then you just have to accept the so what, now what. Okay, so what? I took a trade that wins a lot of times and it lost this time. Okay, on to the next. I'm not going to be pissed off about that. If I take a trade that I lose that doesn't lose often or as much, right? It just, the way the market moved today is what it is. Okay, I don't have to get tilted about that. On to the next, right? Losing trades is inevitable. It's how you respond to the next trade or after that trade that allows you to either shut down or keep going for the day. I felt okay and comfortable continuing. And then as the volatility has kind of slowed down a little bit, I mean, we're still obviously moving a lot and we're still pumping a lot, but as the day has progressed, I mean, since 10 o'clock, I've had 3 trades. So 3 trades in the last 25 minutes, all for basically instant fill base hits. I mean, each one of these candles was less than 1 minute. Or each one of these trades was less than 1 minute. So less than 1 minute, less than 1 minute, less than 1 minute, 10-point winner, 10-point winner, 10-point winner. And all of a sudden I go from, you know, down 300 to plus 300. And that's just partially due to the conditions of the market. Super volatile morning, very easy to get wrecked here. Was patient for the most part. And kept my risk pretty tight for the most part. And then when the volatility slows down, I can, you know, I still have firing ammo and I can execute. Still have emotional capital and I can execute. Even with 6 trades, I feel like I have good emotional capital right now just because, like, the trade I did take that I lost on, I would take this again. And then This one was more draining than this one just because I left 10 points on the table that I should have taken. This trade down here at the lows, managed to find no emotional capital gone. And then feel fine through these, you know? That being said, they're not always clean, crispy days. I'm posting a link to a short that dropped at 10 o'clock today of me not having a clean, crispy day. You'll watch me lose some money and have to walk out on the session because my emotional capital was gone. I was just not feeling it, not seeing it cleanly. And that happens to the best of us, right? It's inevitable. You got to learn how to walk away. So that short is about walking away. But right now, feel good. But I am gonna call it here for right now. I am getting to the spot. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I need to stand up and move around a little bit. I'm going to end the session up $5,622, $281 after commissions per account. Happy with it. Happy to go red to green. Happy with the trading, especially these last 3 trades. Felt all very good, very clean. And I'm going to end the morning session on a clean note here. Being up green. Call it there. Good luck. Go watch the short. Helps out. Appreciate you. Press the thumbs up on that too. Really helps out as we get the channel back from the shadow ban. We're making progress right now, boys. Good luck. Be smart, be patient. We'll see you tomorrow morning for some hump day, Wednesday action. Have a great one. Peace, everybody.
He's sharp as a tack. He's got his eyes on the Nasdaq. Ain't no looking back. He wakes up every morning sipping on that coffee black. Trading numbers on his screen, yeah, he's got that knack. He's got his finger on the pulse, knowing when to buy or sell. He's making moves all day, making his portfolio well. From the open bell to the closing bell, he's ringing that cash register. With every trade he makes, he's getting closer to his treasure. He's a Nasdaq cowboy, riding that market wave. TBM ain't afraid to take risks. He's got money to save. He's catching those highs, dodging them lows, making his name. TBM's the king of the Nasdaq, playing his own game. He's a Nasdaq, king of the Nasdaq, playing his own game.